Hey, hello, how's it going? Right, so the classic Marvel graphic novels, I will not be doing reviews on those, on any more of those, continuing going forward. Um, for the simple fact that I'm not enjoying those books, not enjoying reading them, probably won't enjoy reviewing them. They're not really reviewer friendly. Um, and that style of writing is very difficult for me to read. Um, Not because I have any difficulty with actually reading the words, but just because the way it's written is very, like, it's just kind of difficult for me to read. So I'm going to skip ahead past the classic numbering to book number one that's not in a Roman numeral. This is Iron Man Demon in a Bottle, written by David Michelinie, art by John Romita Jr., and Carmine Infantino. This book is really good. This is really good. So it's basically, Iron Man has been having, like, technical difficulties with his armor, what he believes is malfunctions, but we actually know as readers that it's down to Justin Hammer, who you may remember from Iron Man 2. In Iron Man 2, he's completely different to how he is in this. In this, he's kind of older. He's, like, most of the time he's wearing, like, a robe or dressing gown, and he actually has this, like, cabal of really bad supervillains, that the kind that won't ever make it into the films. But more on that later. We begin this with, like, a short 2-issue kind of, like, getting us, like, set up into what's been going on with Iron Man at this point, where he fights Namor. It's kind of introducing all the players, introducing what's actually been going on with Iron Man's armor. We then have a retelling of Iron Man's origin, and then the actual main bulk of the story starts, where Iron Man, a casino gets attacked by 3 of Iron Man's villains, the Melter, Whiplash, and Blizzard. And these are all under the employ of Justin Hammer. When they are, like, eventually defeated, Justin Hammer then basically controls Iron Man's armor to, whilst he's at this, like, important political meeting, Iron Man ends up killing one of the politicians there. But it's Justin Hammer that controls this. He ends up killing him. And, of course, then Tony Stark has to basically battle for Iron Man's actual freedom. Because Iron Man is branded a criminal because, well, he did, kill someone. Even if it wasn't, himself doing it, no one else knows that. Who can trust word of mouth? All they have is, like, Iron Man's words to say this, and, they really do mean nothing. So, Tony Stark, with no armor, is attacked, or, well, he decides to go to France, to find Justin Hammer. He's attacked by some French, like, goons, who then take Tony Stark to Justin Hammer. And whilst inside, Tony Stark decides, I'm going to escape. He can't, because Hammer's base is on this, like, boat that's in the middle of, like, nowhere, in the middle of the ocean. So Tony Stark has to escape, but the only way of getting this is he has to get his armor back, and then he has to fight a whole cabal of terrible villains. So we've got the Constrictor, we've got Porcupine, we've got Whiplash, we've got Mankiller, we've got Discus, we've got Stiletto, everyone's favourites. The Beetle, who remembers the Beetle? One of my personal faves. But yeah, Iron Man quickly disposes of these guys and arrests Justin Hammer. But then there's more, because throughout the story we've been getting threads. Tony Stark is drinking more and more. Even in the first page, the first thing he says is, "I'll take another martini." The waitress is like, "You've already had 4. And this is something that is built up in the background of the book, like from the very beginning of it. And that's kind of the main flux, and it all comes to a head in the final issue, where Bethany Cabe, a woman that's like kind of building a romantic relationship with Tony Stark, is, she finds out, or she's worked out, like, Tony Stark's becoming an alcoholic. I need to help him. And so she does. And that final issue is just Tony Stark fighting the urge to have another drink, and Bethany Cabe supporting him through that. And it is Tony Stark's greatest fight, really. It's his greatest battle. And this book is probably what helped turn Iron Man into a really relatable character, because alcoholism is real. You can have him fight these fantastical villains, you can have him fight Justin Hammer, you can have him fight Whiplash, you can have him fight the Melter and Blizzard, but you have him fight a struggle that everyone fights, or that everyone has known someone who has fought that kind of struggle. That makes it real. That makes you feel for the book. That makes you think. That makes you put yourself in Tony Stark's shoes, because you can see the mental place that he's in. It may not be written as well as it would be like in the 2000s, or now. It may still have that kind of like 70s kind of style about it, but still it's handled with the utmost care here, or at least the most amount of care that they could have done at this time, because it is not pushed to the forefront. It is at the background until it needs to become at the forefront, when Tony Stark's life has hit its all-time low. But there's still little hints. There's still enough for like people to make that kind of decision and see the downfall and decline of Tony Stark. Iron Man Demon in a Bottle is beautiful. It's beautifully written. It's well drawn. And it just works. It just works as a book. The storyline that goes on in this did help to kind of inspire Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 was like not one of Marvel's best films, but if they would have leaned closer to this, and they would have taken like the cues from this, and they would have stuck with the pacing that was in this, I feel like they could have Iron Man 2 could have been one of the best movies in the MCU. But as it stands, Iron Man Demon in a Bottle is definitely worth a read, worth a pickup. You can buy it through the link that will be in my description. Yeah, do buy this. It's so worth it, and I think really important to anyone that is, you know, wanting to become a comic book creator or a comic book writer or artist, just so they can understand the importance of pacing in any kind of story. Not just a comic book story, not just a movie story, not just a video game story, and not even just a TV show story. Just any kind of story. This is the perfect template for pacing, if anything else. So yeah, Iron Man Demon in a Bottle. I'm gonna give it. Fuck it, I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I'm gonna give Iron Man Demon in a Bottle 5 stars. It's that good. Of course, I do have some problems with it, but the problems that I have are mine, not the books. It's great. What more can I say? If you want to check out any of my social medias, they will be in the description below, along with a link where you can find Iron Man Demon in a Bottle and other books alike. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, do all that lovely stuff. Peace.